Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy 2022. Hope everyone's good. I wanted to because it's a year later. Wanted to us to remember January 6th. So, all right. No problem until some people are here. I don't know if it gets 5 minutes and it's still here. I'll probably go on, but see. Okay, I guess I'll go on. I'll start talking about it, I suppose. But now, decided to make this video. I personally am into politics a lot, but I don't really usually want to discuss it on my channel. But first, going into this, I just want to let you guys know I don't have anything against the Republican Party. Most people in my family are Republican. Personally, I identify as a social democrat. But I'm definitely on the left. I don't consider myself to be a Democrat, but I guess a social democrat. But I don't have anything wrong with Republicans. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a conservative. But there are, I guess it's still kind of scary to see to this day how common it is. And fortunately, a majority Republicans that believe that January 6th was either something done by Antifa or Black Lives Matter people, or they think it was completely peaceful. And 30% of them apparently believe both. You know, it can't be both, but this is kind of, I guess I want to put you in this perspective. January 6th was an attack on our democracy. It was an event that was a complete disaster. It never needed to happen. And it was fed upon lies, conspiracy, and the former president's refusal to move on. And with some stuff that's been coming out recently, it sounds like he had a very major part in planning this and organizing it, and maybe even knew it would turn out like that. And this is almost like, I remember when my mom would bring up and said that Trump's almost like Hitler. And I said, oh, I'm not going to bring up. That's not like something it's not go that far. That's what I always say. And also another thing I wanted to bring up, in 2016, I actually liked Trump. I mean, I didn't vote for him. I voted for Hillary. But I don't know, wasn't super into politics around that time. But I had a few friends that liked Trump. And I had my dad that liked Trump. And I didn't vote for him, but I was happy when he won in 2016. As years went on, I realized, and maybe this isn't a great guy anyway, but I thought that he's a businessman. Maybe you can help out the economy, but guess not. When I got into politics, that was when January 6th happened. And I remember coming home from somewhere and seeing it on TV, and I was like, oh, they're protesting at the Capitol, great. But then I was absolutely shocked when I saw that it turned violent. I was absolutely shocked. I didn't expect he would go that far. Maybe the Hitler comparisons were a little bit too similar. Especially when we actually have some people there that had Nazi stuff. People that would want the country to be a dictatorship. It's not good. And let me put this out there. There's been some people that said, like, I guess, like, deflect blame. They say, look at the Black Lives Matter riots. I denounce that too. I think if you're committing violent acts, you're not spreading your message very well. I don't have any problem with the protests. I think the Black Lives Matter movement is a good thing. But I don't agree with the protests. I mean, I don't agree with the riots. I don't agree with the violence. I don't agree with the riots. I think you have a right to protest. But also, I feel like a lot of them had to do with, and I don't have anything against police officers either. I don't have anything against law enforcement. You can have respect for law enforcement like I do, acknowledge that police brutality exists. And the largest protest in history, it's a civil rights movement, unfortunately, is going to have violence. And there's some people that are going to take advantage of that and just rob stores so they can get free stuff, and that's awful. If you're committing violence acts, it's always bad. But here's the difference. Like I mentioned, a lot of those riots not all of them, but a lot of them started because police were getting too rough, too violent, were unnecessarily being violent against these people. It turned into a riot. January 6th, these people planned this. These people brought weapons. These people knew what was going to go down. There's people talking about, let's bring in some weapons. Let's go kill some officers so we get further into the chamber and kill the Senate. These people were the ones that attacked the officers. And if there was Black Lives Matter protesters that attacked officers during one of the George Floyd riots, then those people were in the wrong. But these officers were not the ones that started this. And acting like these people are getting treated too harsh. There's been judges that said that these people don't feel bad at all for what they've done. And they'd want to do it again. Now, if you're a Republican, is that really someone you want to look up to? Is that really someone you want on your side? I wouldn't think so. You can't put the party over the country. It just doesn't make any sense to even do that. And it's really sad to me because I know the Republican Party, I think, used to be something really, really good. And I'm sure it can be again. But right now, I feel like Trump has completely corrupted it and turned it into borderline fascism, almost. And it's really sad to see. And I'm sure a lot of people who say they like Trump don't actually like him. They just have to pretend like they're part of the team, because if they say they don't like him, they're going to get a bunch of death threats. They're going to be their enemy. And I'm sure they want the party to return to normal. But it's going to take a long time for that to happen. These allegations of fraud need to end. These conspiracies saying it was Antifa that did it needs to end. You need to accept blame. I've accepted blame for some things that people on the left have done. You guys need to do the same. It's very scary that I have to tell grown men that a crowd that's almost completely white, like if it was Antifa, there would probably be all different people of all different colors. But instead, we have mostly a bunch of old-looking white people, mostly, that are almost exclusively men. I've looked at so many footage, so many pictures. There's probably only about 6 black people I've seen. If it was Antifa, you wouldn't find all these old, raggedy white trash-looking people. You can technically look like anyone, and have a left-wing view. Because don't judge a book by its cover. But if there's so many people that look like this, what does that tell you? You got to understand that this stuff doesn't make sense. You need to understand that something like this needs justice. Hey, Rudy. How you doing? You don't have to like Biden or like his policies. There's some things that Biden's done I can criticize. But just understand that this wasn't right. That this needs to be investigated. If you truly do care about this country, you would understand that what happened on January 6th was an atrocity, one of the worst terrorist attacks in history. And it's completely unpatriotic, one of the most un-American things I can think of to defend these people. I really hope people eventually come to that realization. It really disgusts me a year later how deeply these people believe these lies. They're putting the party over the country, and that's not a good thing. All right, Rudy. I hope my talk about this doesn't bore you too much, but I'm glad you're doing good. I don't know. Are politics your thing or not really? It's all right. If it's not your thing, it's fine. It's not for everyone. But I'm glad you're doing good. Yep. I'm not into politics. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. There's two people watching. I kind of want this to be a serious stream because it's a bit of a serious topic. But I can talk about music still and stuff like that. Ever listen to Alice in Chains? Yeah, I love Alice in Chains. I really like the EP Jar of Flies. It's probably my favorite release they've done. And Dirt's really good, and their self-titled albums are really good. They're probably my second favorite grunge band after Nirvana, probably. They're actually my dad's favorite band. They're pretty good. My dad actually has an Alice in Chains tattoo, actually. I guess one more thing I wanted to bring up. So there's this one thing that's kind of been going around, and I just wanted to bring this up to you guys. So the left has weaponized this, and the right has weaponized this. Now, there was footage of some Capitol Police officers opening up a gate, and rioters were walking through. And the left has used that as these people are using completely different treatment for these people, which it can, in some case, yeah, it is true. But the right has use that to say this protest was completely peaceful. Let me tell you why they did this. So the police were completely overwhelmed. Like it was almost like 1 to 100. They had absolutely no choice but to just open up the gate and let them through, because if they didn't, they would break through it violently, basically. So they would have gotten through the gate whether they tried to barricade it and try to shut it down or not, because there are so many people and there are so little police to really hold them back. So they had no choice but to open up the gate and let them through, or else they'd violently break through the gates. And if you were to look at this other footage, there was a lot fewer rioters with the same amount of people. And this is when it started, and they were quickly able to overpower the officers and just break through the gates. And there were very few of them. They were easily able to do that, and the police were trying to hold them off, but they weren't able to because there were too many people. So technically what the police did was right. I think it's just been taken out of context. My girlfriend keeps asking me for my attention, but I'm busy studying Aphex Twin discography. What do I do? You probably should give her some attention, man. You know, maybe I don't know if you're doing it through text or through Discord, or you're doing it through video call. But if you're doing it for text, maybe listen to some of his music. And but I think your girlfriend should be the one that comes first. Radiohead, Chain, Proper Gangster. Yeah, I enjoy Radiohead quite a lot. What you been up to, man? What's some music you've been listening to lately? I've been kind of listening to Underworld. Recently, just because thank you for this advice. My relationship is booming now. Okay, that was quick. I'm being chilling. Okay. Hmm. Let's see here. New Jobs and Daft Punk. That's cool. I like both of those artists. I like Love Sick Hexayology, and my favorite release by Daft Punk is probably Alive 2007. If you don't count that, it's probably Discovery. And then Random Access Memories is pretty good, and Homework's great. With New Jobs, my second favorite release he probably did is probably Model Music. I think Metaphorical Music is a bit overrated, though. Like a lot of people really like that one, but I think he has better releases than that one. That's just me, though. I actually wanted to get Lovesick Hexaology on CD, but it's really, really hard to find. It's really expensive. I could look it up again, I guess, but oh, maybe it's not too bad. It's like $39. I mean, that's a lot for a CD, but not as bad as I thought it would be. The cover is kind of similar to Metaphorical Music. I just realized. Yeah. Probably had the same artist, I think. But I really like Lady Brown on Metaphorical Music. Model Soul is yeah. I've been listening to Live 2007 a lot, and Love Sick 1 through 6. That's cool. Yeah, those are both great albums. Model Soul is technical best according to Rate Your Music. Yeah, I can say that. But I think I prefer Love Sick. But I really like Lady Brown and Metaphorical Music. Metaphorical Music, yeah, that's a good song. Top tier New Job song. There was that one song on it, the one where the guy is like, is the glass half full or half empty? I don't know. I always thought that song was kind of cringy. I didn't get that one. I really don't like that one. Let me see, what's that song called again? Let me see. Oh, Think Different. That's it. Yeah. Think Different was Substantial. Yeah. And he's a good rapper on it. I just think the lyrical content's kind of cringy. That's just me, though. He's a pretty good producer in New Jobs. I actually like that one. Yeah. I can see that. It's kind of funny. The song is. It can be funny. I just think that some of the lyrical content is a bit cringy. I agree. Shing02's best work is probably Lovesick. I haven't heard his other stuff. Yeah. I think one thing I gotta say is I think his rapping on it can be a bit off-putting. Like, I think he's a good lyricist, but he's not like an insanely good rapper. Does that make sense? But I feel like his style just works really, really well with New Job sound. I don't know, just kind of listening to the instrumental ones doesn't really feel the same. Like, he seems to add some sort of, even though I've heard, but definitely heard some better rapping. He's a good lyricist, and Like his vocals feel like they just work really well with New Job Sound. I think. I haven't heard his other stuff except some singles. He reminds me a bit of Aesop Rock. Yeah, I can see that. Aesop Rock's pretty good. I like Impossible Kid. It's probably my favorite release he's done. I think I've listened to that Samurai Champloo music record. I think I've listened to that like once a while ago, but if I had to say, that's probably my second favorite he did. You've never listened to Aesop? You never listened to Aesop Rock? Oh. Yeah, Departure. I think that's it. Yeah, Departure, that's it. With Fat John, one with Battle Cry. Yeah, the one with Fat John. Yeah, it's pretty good. The other one's good too. I think that one's probably my third favorite. Well, actually, my second favorite's Model Soul, and then the Departure, and then probably the sequel to it, The Impression. I've only listened to them both once, though. It's been a while, though. I just remember liking them a lot. I probably have to look at the track list to remember how every song goes. Do you have your Taxi Driver on Blu-ray near? Yeah. Hold on, let's see. I have it somewhere. I think it's over here. Somewhere. There it is. I remember seeing it on one of your earlier videos, but I don't remember which. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies, Taxi Driver. It's really good. One of my favorite, actually, probably one of my 10 favorite movies ever, actually. Definitely in my top 10. If you guys haven't seen Taxi Driver, if you'd seen Joker, definitely check this out because this is a very big inspiration for Joker. It's a very, very good movie. It's pretty dark though, but it's really good. Oh, and also, want to show this to you guys. I got this. My mom bought me this for Christmas. Classic. I only saw it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. I've seen it plenty of times. Real Man Sleeps Next to Strawberry Jam and Taxi Driver. Great atmosphere and the shots are fucking amazing. Oh, you can say that. YouTube, that's fine. Yoda dog. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. This is something I got for Christmas. It's let's see. It's a turntable suitcase thing. I use it when I travel. It's probably not one of the best turntables. But it's definitely gonna be a lot less of a hassle. I think it is a Crosley. Let me see. Victrola. I think it is a Crosley though. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I heard they're not very good, but it's going to be useful when traveling. It's definitely not going to be the one I'm going to use daily. But when I go somewhere, it has little built-in speakers right here. It's kind of cool. It's just something that's easy for travel. So if I go to someone's house or something like that, or go on vacation somewhere, and I always bring my record player, I can just bring that. It's cool. It's a little nice thing to have for now. Hey, Ty, I just wanted to come on here and say how thankful I am to have you in my life. You truly make me the happiest girl ever. I'm so glad we both made a big impact on each other's lives. Well, thank you so much. Same to you. Who's cutting onions? I think that's the dog walking across the wooden. The floor here is like wood. So when the dogs walk across the floor, it's you kind of hear their nails kind of tapping on the wood. That must be what it is. I couldn't have asked for a better boyfriend. Oh, thank you. I couldn't have asked for a better girlfriend. Hi. Hi, Sophie. Hi, dear. Hi, dear. Sweet girl. Hi. I'm truly in love with you, Ty. Oh, love you. Love you too. I love you too. So no poke. Oh, no pock or I'm just gonna ask you. Do you not really enjoy the topic of politics? Because if you don't, I won't discuss them with you. Just wanted to ask. Always remember, I'm always here for you. I'll always be there for you too. I would never leave you. I would never leave you either. Ever like Death Grip songs when I have guitar? Yeah. I think like Jenny Death. That's probably my favorite Death Grips release. One of my favorite albums ever. Ex Military is really good. That's another good one. And Bottomless Pit. That's really good. I think that might be my favorite when they. I used to not really like it when they incorporated rock, but it's grown on me. I mean, I liked it. I just didn't like it as much as the other stuff, but it's grown on me. I think my favorite is when they're more EDM inspired. I really like that sound for them. But I also really, really like when they incorporate rock music, arguably just as much. But if Jenny Deaf, I really like Jenny Deaf because it's almost like has EDM, but it also has rock. And it just sounds like nothing else to me too. Like same with NOTM, that's really good. That's very, very unique sounding. They're both my first and second favorite Death Grips releases. I love you, babe, to the moon and past the stars. Oh, thanks, same to you. What's your favorite Death Grips album? I'm so glad you had a good day for the most part today. Yeah, I had a pretty good day. But um I guess like a very sorry. Also got to remember a very tragic day that happened a year ago. I want us to all think about the families. Hope something like that never happens again. I can't wait for the new 2022 albums. Yeah, I'm excited for those. Like Ants from Up There and Animal Collective coming out. Like Weekend's going to drop a new album tomorrow. I think it's going to be pretty good. Makes me happy to know you've had a good day. Oh, thanks, same to you. I actually saw a really well written article from the Wall Street Journal earlier today, and I won't read it, but you should. I don't know if you guys are interested in looking that up. I thought it was really interesting. No, I usually read the Wall Street Journal, but I've seen a couple other things. So I'm so glad we met each other. Thanks, Sam. And Ants from Up There, that's definitely the album I'm most excited for. New albums that I can't wait. Korn, Rammstein, Event. Oh, Rammstein's making a new album? Huh. And I didn't know Avenged Sevenfold was. Korn's actually been. Um, I think I remember I used to say that Korn's kind of gone downhill, and I always thought they'd never make a good album again. But I feel like they've kind of come back. I think they've actually, their two most recent albums, actually, I thought have been one of their best in a long time. I think they're coming back. I think I must have not given the album a title yet. And Sevenfold. Definitely the one I'm most excited for though is Ben Sevenfold. This will not come out the title either, but I'm definitely most excited for Ants from Up There, Black Country New Road, and what's their name of Collective's new album going to be called again? Hold on. I don't remember the name of it. I haven't pre-ordered the vinyl yet either, but I'm gonna have to do that. Time Skiffs. I can maybe try to order it right now. Hold on. Stop these tears from crying. Lord knows I'm dying. Time for a smile. I'm so glad I gave you a chance. Oh, thank you. You're coming to mean so much to me. Same to you. 3 people watching. Oh, 3 people. I really like Silk Sonic. Yeah, they're really good. I was actually singing them a bit ago. Yeah, that Put On a Smile. That's, I think, a really good song. Yeah, I like the new Silk Sonic album quite a lot. I think the transition from Smoking Out the Window to Put On a Smile is really, really interesting. It kind of almost made me feel like it might be a concept album, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Maybe I'm pretty sure it's not a concept album. Maybe. Yeah, I guess it's not. What's your favorite song off their album? I want to talk on the phone when you're done with this stream. I want to tell you good night and how much you mean to me. All right, that's fine. Sounds good to me. I've been listening to Underworld again, by the way, because I know that the vocalist I think is the father of one of the members. I think like one of the members is his daughter, I believe. I want you to always know you'll never be alone. Oh, thank you, and you'll never be alone either. You have me. So, ever listened to Pornography by The Cure? I've listened to. I think I've listened to it like once all the way through. It's pretty good. It's very very dark though, and kind of scary in the sound. It's definitely a very unaccessible album compared to Disintegration, but Disintegration is my favorite they did. Pornography though that's probably my second favorite they've done. I've only listened to it all the way through once though, but it's pretty good. But it's pretty dark and very experimental. I think I heard they were like on drugs or something like that when they made it. And it's the heartbeats, the us from crying. I'll wait till the day when we can see each other. Yeah. Be excited for that. Trying to put on a smile. Trying to fight these tears I'm crying. So I know I'm dying. Trying to put on a smile. Oh, I've done smiling like a fool. The only thing worth smiling for. That's the only thing worth smiling for. You're worth waiting for. I waited this long to find my soulmate, and I finally got you. Oh, thanks. Same to you. There's 5 people watching. Hello, everyone. So, would anyone like to talk about, like, if you guys don't want to discuss politics, that's completely fine. I just wanted to. Yeah, anyone? Happy with you, babe. Oh, thanks. Same to you. Soon I think I'm gonna listen to Alice in Chains and Swans. Didn't you say oh, you didn't listen to Alice in Chains yet? Oh. But you should check them out. They're pretty good. Swans is one of my favorite bands. They can be pretty inaccessible though. Because their music's very, very experimental. It can be kind of dark and kind of scary sounding, but they're very, very unique. They've changed their sound so many times. A lot of their songs are very lengthy, but I think they're very, very, very consistent. Like To Be Kind is like one of their latest albums, and they've been around since the early 80s, and I think it's the best thing they've done. It's one of my favorite albums ever. Insanely consistent group. Their new stuff is arguably their best. They're definitely one of my favorite bands. I listen to some songs from them. Well, Swans or Alice in Chains. I'll let you go. I'll be waiting for the call. I can't wait to tell you how much you mean to me. Oh, thanks. I'm excited to hear it. Hi. Yeah. Right there. What are you doing? Oh, I meant to show you guys. Hold on. I went to Target earlier today, and I got this. So there's going to be a new unboxing video tomorrow. I got a Love Supreme by John Coltrane. It's a orange record. This is one of my favorite jazz records. Back of it is the exact same thing. It's interesting. I've never seen a record where the back covers the same exact cover. I gotta be honest with you, I don't like it. But it's a great, great album. You haven't checked it out and you like jazz. I don't know how you haven't heard this yet, but you should definitely check it out if you enjoy jazz. And I'm assuming you already heard it if you like jazz, because it's considered one of the greatest jazz albums ever made. But yeah, it's quite good. I have to listen to some songs from them. Oh, you already said, oh, my bad. I listened to some songs from them. Cool. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good album. Hi. Know how could she do this to me? Oh, I thought that girl belonged to only me. Not a fan of jazz. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I can see that. I kind of like avant-garde jazz more than I do like stuff like smooth jazz or cool jazz, which I do like some of it. I think a lot of my favorite jazz releases though is avant-garde, and I used to really not like jazz when I first was getting into music, but I really like it now, and I really like it when people combine like rock and jazz. I think that's a really interesting thing when people do that, like Electric Musada and John Zorn. I love that stuff. And like, there's like a Belgian metal band that combines jazz. It's called Neptunian Maximalis. I think is the next name. It's pretty good. Hi. Any albums that you're getting soon? Let's see. By the time I get to Phoenix, Injury Reserve, that one's gonna. I think it's supposed to ship in January. I'm not know if it's changed. Let's see. The Animal Collective album, obviously, and the Time Skips, and then also Time Skips. I mean, and the Ants from Up There. When it comes out, it's gonna probably ship sometime when it comes out in February. Let's see. Kid Amnesia, the Scary book. that. I'm not sure when that's going to come. I think it says April now. Discordance Access Inalienable Dreamless. I pre-ordered the reissue of that. Also, Hekra. You guys probably haven't heard of him. Hekra is pretty underrated artist in the metalcore scene. I pre-ordered a vinyl of his first album and his third album. And I only got it because of his third album. Or it's one side's that his first album, the other side's his third album. Like Devil Faces, that's the name of the third one. I really like that album. It's one of my favorite albums of 2015. One of the more underrated albums of 2015. Let me see what else is there going to be. I wish I could have said JPEG Mafia did not make a physical release of an LP yet, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure he didn't. I don't know if there'll ever be one, but I definitely would have bought that if he made one. He hasn't done that. Oh well, that's fine. I don't think what else there is. Oh, Oxidized Frontier. I pre-ordered that. It should be on the way, and also Paranol, Asian Glow, and Sonhos Tamam Kanta. I pre-ordered the vinyl for that. That's another one, and I think that's it. But I don't think any of them are going to be coming soon, though. I'm not sure when by the time I get to Phoenix starts shipping though. But I think it said January. Well, yeah. We can go see. I see. Do you collect any vinyls, Rudy? Yes. Oh, that's cool. What's some records that you own? What's some records that you own, Rudy? Oh, Gorillas, Demon Days, Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine, Broken, and not the actual events. I actually saw that at Target. Actually, I was surprised to see that. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, Weezer, Blue Album, 21 Pilots, Blurry Face, Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind, Beatles, White Album. That's cool, man. That's pretty cool. I think I like all those albums except for Blurry Face. I'd probably say, but I do like Trench. I do like that album Trench by him though. Revolver. Oh, I got you. Yeah, Revolver's pretty good. It's probably my third favorite release they've done after the White Album and Abbey Road. And Somewhere in Time, that's actually a pretty underrated release by Iron Maiden. I like the cover art for it a lot. It's kind of like a cyberpunk Blade Runner kind of looking thing. But yeah, Somewhere in Time is pretty good. I think my favorite release they probably did is probably Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. It's probably my favorite release they've done. And Power Slave's really good too. That's another really good one. Like Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, that's probably my favorite song by him though. It's a really, really good song. Seventh Son is my second favorite. Your favorite is Somewhere in Time, I would assume, right? Yeah, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. That one's really good. Brave New World is my first favorite. Oh, I got you. That's the one from. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it is that. Yeah, it is what I was thinking of. I've listened to that album before. It's pretty good. Came out in the year 2000. And Somewhere in Time is probably my third favorite they've done, by the way. We'll see you later, Isaac. Yeah. See you guys. I'll have to let you go in 30 seconds. Had a really good time talking to you guys. I hope let's all hope for the best for the families of the officers that were lost during January 6th. Let's hope that something like that never happens again. Let's hope that people could come to their senses and understand that it was an atrocity. And see you guys next week. Have a good night. See you guys next week. Have a good night.